There's been a request from a lot of councils for access control module. The idea that only certain editors can edit certain parts of a website. So you need to be part of the children, young people, and families group to edit items in the fostering pages, or you need to be part of the roads, streets, and transports department to edit things got to do with roads or travel or transport and that kind of stuff. So I created this module here, LocalGov Content Access Control, and this is exactly what it does. So we'll have a quick look at how it works. Now this is more how it works, I guess, for the developers more than the editors. For the editors, it's very simple. That'll come a little bit more closer towards, well, maybe not. I was going to say towards the end. So first off, install this module, and when you install this module, it will also get the Workbench module and the Workbench Access module. Come to your website here, and we'll click on Extend here to enable it. So LocalGov Content Access Control, we'll enable that module, and that's going to say it also needs to enable Workbench and Workbench Access. So that's this requirement here. So we'll enable this. Now, once this is installed, what it's going to do is it's going to create a new taxonomy for us, a new vocabulary down here, which will be called access control. And over here, down on the workflow page, we're going to get 2 new settings as well. So we'll get Workbench and Workbench Access settings. We'll look at those in a moment. First, we're going to look at our taxonomy. So we've got a new one here called access control. And we'll add site sections to this. Now, these site sections will have no bearing on the actual information architecture of your website or where things are positioned. This is only a taxonomy for access control. So let's add a term in here, and we'll call this one here children, young people, and families. Oh, and we'll save that. And we'll create another one called running the council. And let's create one called news. Now we also want to have one for, we'll say, adoption, and one for fostering, and one for social care. I think that's enough just to get us started. Let's see, we go to access control list. So now we've got all these site sections, and given that this is a taxonomy, we can make these hierarchical. So what we can say is that children, young people, and families at the top, and adoption, fostering, and social care are all child terms of this parent here. And then running the council is a new department, and news is a new department. And what this is going to allow us to do is set different editors to be able to edit different sections. So we could say that some editors can edit the children, young people, and family section. Some editors can edit fostering or adoption or social care. But if you're added into one of these parent ones here, it means you automatically get all the access rights to the children ones as well. So you don't need to add someone to 4 different departments to be able to edit everything inside children, young people, and families. You just add them to children, young people, and families. And if we add someone though just to fostering, they can only edit fostering. They can't edit sibling terms, and they can't edit parent terms. You can only edit the term you are applied to and children of that specific term. Something like news, then we will say that this will be a role-based one, where we say everybody with the role of news editor can edit pages that are tagged with news. So that's what we do for setting up our access control hierarchy. After that, then we come over here to our our workflows and Workbench Access, and we've created one for ourselves I called site section, and this is called a scheme. You can have as many schemes as you want. Probably one is enough for most of our council sites. So inside this section here, I've said that this uses the taxonomy called access control. So you can see that's this taxonomy here. Now this is at the very top, And then children, young people and families is the child of access control, as is running the council, as is news. So if you add somebody to the access control term, it means they can edit every single thing on the website. So that's very handy for us. If you get added to children, young people and families, you can edit children, young people and families, plus adoption, fostering and social care. If you add someone to fostering, you can only edit fostering. So to add people to these site sections, we can click on the 0 editors here, and you can find an editor that you want to add to it. So we've got an editor whose username is fostering. So if I look for that, I can find that here, and the fostering editor then gets added. So you can see now that person is down here, and we can remove them or add more to it. So now that the fostering person is added to that, we can see now that there's one editor able to edit that. And then we could add somebody else to, say, the access control. So we've got an editor whose actual username is also editor. I kind of created, oh, maybe I don't. Oh no, I don't on this website. But let's say Mark Conroy was a user. I could add that here, find myself as it pops up on the autocomplete, and add myself here. And that would give me access then to all of the website. Or I could give myself access to different site sections. The other thing then we can also do is something like news. We might say that's something that everybody that has a specific role gets added to. So over here we can click on roles, and we can find the role that we want to add to it. So we say news editor. So by virtue of the fact that when you have an account, if you're given the role news editor, you will automatically be able to edit all the news pages on the website. Now, this doesn't do anything for us just yet, because what this has done is set up a taxonomy and the hierarchy of it, set up a workbench access and its relationship to that taxonomy. But then we need to have that taxonomy field on each of the content types that we want it on. So this module adds it to a number of content types first. It adds it to the service landing page, the service page, the subsite overview page, and the subsite pages. So on subsite overview page, if we click on manage fields, you can see there is a new field here called LocalGov access control. That's an entity reference field, and that references the access control taxonomy. The only issue you might have if you try to add content is that you won't be able to see this field just now. So you can see it's not anywhere there, and that's simply because we don't have it on the content type subsite overview manage form display. It just needs to be positioned. So let's leave it here at the bottom of this page just for a second and save it. And now if I create a subsite overview page, we can see it's down here. Okay, once that's done, you can come to your content then. So I'm going to look for the page called fostering. So it's a subset overview here called fostering, and I'm going to say that this page is only editable by people with the fostering tag. And let's find another subsite overview page then as well. Let's have a look for all of them, and without the word fostering in the title. And we'll say this LocalGov Drupal demo. Let's say that this page here can only be edited by people who have the tag for was it running the council? I think running the council. Okay, so the user called fostering that we added to the fostering section a moment ago should not be able to edit the LocalGov Drupal demo page. If we log on into their account, so that's over here. So this is a new account here. I'm logged in as the user called fostering. Let's refresh this page for a second. Now we get this new tab here called workbench. If we click on my workbench, we can see this is all the content on the website. Now they can currently edit all of these pages simply because we haven't tagged these pages with any access control taxonomy yet. So we either need to add that field to some of these content types, such as directory venue. It's not added to that yet. And we need to edit these nodes and say that page is only edited by able to be edited by a certain subgroup of people. So we can see here now fostering, I get the edit tab. So I can edit the fostering page because it has fostering down here. But on the LocalGov Drupal demo page, I don't get the edit tab at all because that was tagged with running the council. If I look at here, this is node 107/edit. And I come over to where I'm logged in as my fostering account. and try to look at this page, I get access denied. So that's it. That's kind of how simple it is for us to create the access control taxonomy, apply the access control taxonomy to our site settings, add users to specific site areas to be able to edit, or add full roles to specific site areas, and then log in as a user and see, here's my workbench, and here's this is an overview of all of the content on the website. So we'd probably change this page here to only show content that I have access to editing on this page. Then there's a second tab here which is my edits, and this shows only content that I've actually edited. So here the fostering person hasn't edited anything. If I come back here and edit the fostering page, I will say, just add the word Mark here and save it. Now I should be able to look at my edits here, and we'll see these are all the pages that I have edited. And then there's some other things like create content, for adding new content. Part of what we've done here as well is we've created a new role, and the role is called devolved editor. So that is this role here, and this will allow us then to say that specific only specific content types can be created by a person called a devolved editor. So they might be someone outside of your normal council email addresses, let's say, and they can at the moment only edit service landing pages, but they can create service pages, and they can create news and edit news, but they can't, that kind of thing. So we use that for the devolved editor, and then that coupled with the workbench access module should give us a very, very strong basis for our access control settings. That's it.